I'm told women will understand this story straight away, but blokes, on the other hand, may be left slightly bewildered. Sarah Blakely is the creator of Spanx, and by making bums look beautiful, she's made herself a billionaire. Like all good ideas, it started very simply. Sarah didn't like the way she looked in a tight white pair of pants. So she went about trying to hide the bad bits and shape the rest. Now, as Alison Langdon discovered, women all over the world are giving thanks for Spanx.
Well, I've never started an interview this way, but can you show me your knickers?
Well, of course. Much to my mother's dismay, I'm happy to flash. I've got on my skinny britches and my bra, hallelujah.
See, most of us spend our lives hiding our underwear.
Oh, yeah.
But you're always flashing yours.
Yeah. I know, I say I really did put my butt on the line for this job because I was always out flashing my rear end from the very beginning.
Woo! Let's get started.
Rear ends are big business for Sarah Blakely. And the bottom line is they're extraordinarily lucrative. Spanx is shapewear, a modern take on the old-fashioned girdle. Invented by a sassy woman who knows all too well the demands of modern life.
And only one audience member misbehaved.
Yes, my son, my 4-year-old son. I mean, I'm in the front row of my fashion show and women are walking by in bras and panties and my 4-year-old is having a meltdown. I'm like, oh well, I'm a working mom. I feel weird on the platform.
Working mum, wife, and billionaire businesswoman because of the Spanx revolution.
I really wanted Spanx to be like really good workhorse undergarments that smooth you out and make you look about 5 pounds thinner, and then let the clothes be the magic.
So until cellulite becomes fashionable, Spanx are a necessity.
Yes, and let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon, right?
At 42, Sarah's rags to britches story reads like a fairy tale. 12 years ago, with no business experience at all, she gambled her meagre life savings, $5,000, on one cheeky invention. Now, she's the world's youngest female self-made billionaire.
This is the American dream. I mean, I had $5,000 that I set aside in my savings and an idea, and this is what it's become.
You've built a $1 billion company from that.
Yes.
That you own 100% of.
Yes.
And have zero debt.
Yes. Yes, that's true. And I feel like because I didn't know how it was done, it really helped me. You know, I always say if you don't know how it's done, then that's awesome because it means you're going to do it different.
So can you be fierce?
Yes, I can. You know?
Sarah's no pushover. It's something she learned from her lawyer father as a kid in Florida. But perhaps his best advice was don't fear failure.
So growing up, it was my dad would always ask my brother and me what we had failed at the dinner table. And he would always say, guys, you know, what did you fail at this week? And if we did not have something to tell him, he'd be disappointed. And I remember distinctly coming home and saying, Dad, I tried out for this and I was horrible. And he'd high-five me. He'd say, way to go. And I didn't realize it at the time, but what he was doing was reframing my definition of failure. My definition of failure is not trying versus the outcome.
Failure, though, was tough when Sarah didn't get the marks for law school. Twice. So she ended up selling fax machines out of the boot of her car. It was a job she hated. And she might still be doing it today, but for a pair of skin-tight white pants.
Those are the actual pants of why Spanx exists.
The infamous white pants.
They hung in my closet and I could not figure out what to wear under those. And
then one day it hit her. She cut the feet off a pair of pantyhose and created a brand new form of underwear that hid the flabby bits and highlighted the assets.
Every now and then, even when I ride up the elevator here to go to Spanx, I get a little pit in my stomach remembering the days when I would have to get out my nerve to go in and sell a fax machine to people who typically kicked me out of their office. To go, wait, you own this office, don't worry, they're not going to kick you out.
In the early days, Sarah was running the business from her living room in Atlanta. Then, in another moment of genius, she sent a Spanx gift pack to Oprah Winfrey,
I love Spanx. Yeah, I love Spanx.
who marvelled at her slightly smaller new bottom
I've given up panties. I wear Spanx.
and told the world.
More information than y'all need to know, but
There's a great shot of you there with Oprah.
Yeah, she stopped wearing panties. Gave up panties altogether.
With Oprah raving about Spanx, sales skyrocketed.
And this is just a little fun collage of candid Spanx flashing moments.
And before long, it seemed every A-lister wanted to expose their knickers.
But do you remember when we never used to speak about our underwear?
Yes, I do, before Spanx.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
The idea of someone flashing their knickers like that.
And being so
Shocking.
proud about it, yes.
There's no doubting it.
See, hello, I have my Spanx dress on.
Show business
hair Spanx is the holy grail.
Spanx.
Everything looks better in a Spanx.
Spanx.
Man Spanx.
I'll wear Spanx.
I got my Spanx on. I was ready.
was the making of this business.
I triple spank.
We've never formally advertised, so this is a truly word-of-mouth brand. So all of the celebrities that have mentioned Spanx or talked about Spanx are just doing it for their own heart, from their heart.
That is extraordinary, though, isn't it, to think that you haven't had to spend a single cent on advertising.
No, or paying anyone to endorse it. I mean, it has just been an authentic girlfriend brand.
You know, on Facebook, they have a relationship status called It's Complicated. I think Sarah and I go from best friends to big sister, little sister to CEO founder.
In the Spanx family, Lori-Ann Goldman knows Sarah better than anyone. They first met 12 years ago, not surprisingly, in the hosiery section of a department store. Back then, Lori-Ann was a customer. Pretty soon, she became the CEO.
Did you imagine back when you first met her that she would one day make Forbes billionaires list?
I would like to say that I'm not surprised at all.
Has she deserved that success?
Oh, absolutely. You know, and she's a very generous person, and I think that good things come to good people, and she's one of those good people.
What do you think of Sarah's bum?
I think it's fantastic.
Good answer.
Well, I'm glad it is what it is because her bum led to some amazing things.
Sarah met her husband, former rapper Jesse Itzler, in 2005. They married 3 years later. After music, he went on to make his own millions in business. Now, like a good pair of Spanx, he's Sarah's greatest supporter.
She flashes people all the time. All the time. You know, oh, I'm wearing them. I'm like, no. Yes, I am. Yeah,
You're just used to it now?
I'm used to it.
Listen, there's fringe benefits to being married to me because everyone flashes me too. And so when he's standing next to me, he's seeing other women's bras, panties, you know, all of what's going on underneath them too.
You poor thing.
That's horrible.
Sarah can hardly believe her success. And now she says it's time to give back, to use her money to empower other women.
You recently joined the likes of Warren Buffett and Bill Gates in committing to give away more than half of your fortune to charity.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do that?
Because it's such an awesome opportunity, and I think women around the world need the help and need a boost and a leg up. And I feel that the male and female energy on the planet has been out of balance for about 3,000 years. And I feel like the quicker we can get the male and female energy in balance, the more harmony there will be on the planet for all of us.
So this is your invention room.
Yes, it is. Our Willy Wonka room, where all the magic happens, where we lift boobs and butts and make everything perkier and better.
Stop things from jiggling about.
Yes, yes.
Back at Spanx headquarters, Sarah is showing me the secret room where she's working on her new range.
You're now saying we can have it all.
Yes, it's the adage, beauty is pain. I'm like, who came up with that anyway?
Here, there's something for every woman and now man. But there's still that niggling situation about what to do when a girl gets home.
You look great under a dress.
Yes.
But if the night goes well, and that's what you're left standing in.
I think you look pretty in these.
Yeah.
I do. I like the material has got a nice sheen to it, and you know, by the time that you're home, don't you turn the lights out anyway?
Sarah, they are not sexy.
Who wants to
they
stand
are not
in their
sexy.
undergarments? Well, they're not sexy for a reason. That's because they work.
Underneath silver sequin shorts.
You can't argue with that. Or with the fact that Sarah Blakely has a billion reasons to tell you she knows what women want.
I hope this doesn't sound rude, but do you like being fabulously rich?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think it's great. I think it's great. The way that I feel about money is that money makes you more of who you already were. So if you were a jerk, you become a bigger jerk. If you were nice, you become nicer. You be generous, become more generous.
So what's next for Sarah Blakely? What's left to conquer?
Well, I always say that I want to invent a comfortable stiletto and then retire, because I feel it can be done. We put a man on the moon. Somebody needs to invent a comfortable high heel.